Page 38, Teapot Gavotte. Now this is on pages 38 and 39 in my book. Your book may have different page numbers, but hopefully the arrangement's the same, everything's the same. So when I refer to this, I'm going to refer to it as page 1, or the first page and the second page, rather than page numbers, because it could be confusing. So let's look it over. It's 2 pages long. Treble and bass clef. 1 flat in the key signature. We're in the key of F major. Make sure you can do the F major scale. 4/4 time signature, and we have a pickup beat. We're coming in on beat 3 because there's only 2 beats in that measure. Now, again, you look at the form of this, and you see the first page is one section. It has double bars at the end of it. That means the second page is another section. And it has its own pickup. Each section has its own pickup, so you have 2 beats of measure 2. You know what I'm trying to, a measure with 2 beats in it at the end of each section. That's fine, it all comes out. And then finally we got 1/8 notes and quarter notes, and after we can do all that, lots of 1/8 notes. Let's take it one hand at a time, make sure we got the rhythm and all, because we are moving around a little bit. The right hand, you're just starting out like an F major scale. 3 and 4 and 3 and 4. So if you can do the scale, you can do that. 4 again. And I'm connecting everything now. Now when you get to the end of that section, you're down here and you're going on the second page, just cross over, second. Thumb. Scrunch up a little bit, second finger. And the left hand takes over. Second line, last 2 measures. You have here, that second time AVA, I'll come back to that. Right now it's just this is like it was at the beginning. Okay. Now you have a repeat sign at the bottom, so it takes you back to the top of the page, the reverse repeat sign, and that's the second time. So on the second line there, on the second time now, rather than here, you come up here and play it all up here. And the second time, the AVA thing is for the rest of it then. Just the right hand. The left hand doesn't move, it stays right where it's at. Speaking of left hand, you've broken chords. 4 chord, 1 chord, 5/7 chord. You can do all that. Second page, 1 and 2. You can do a 3/5 1 there if you want. Or this is the last measure of the first line here. Or I can do a 4/2/1 because I was here. This way, 2 and 4 are right there. I'm just moving the thumb. That fingering comes in handy in a lot of spots. So rest, and now during the rest you come up. Thumb now because we're going to go down. Put the heads together slowly here. Well, it's slow to me. So. And I'm connecting everything at first. Now on second page, second line, here. See all those 1/8 notes? They need to sound like one hand played them all. So it's here. The second time around, as you're doing this, you gotta get the right hand up here. You're playing it all up in here. So once you have the notes and the fingering worked out, then I'll think about the articulation. I'm going to flex at the wrist for the staccato short. Now here, accent. But the left hand's all staccato. Can you do that? Can I connect that and not that? Accent. Accent. I think there's an error in the music I'll point it out here, and that is this articulation at like in the first line of the first page. Well, take a look at the second line. Last 2 measures. That's not a staccato. I think that's an error. I think that should be a staccato. So I'll play it. play it a staccato. So I suggest take a pencil and put a staccato dot over that. I see no reason for that not to be a staccato. Pretty much everything else is in this type of passage, so why not? Now on the second page, you hear connect. But here, see, they're doing different things here, and it's important that we get it. So here, and then you get the idea, I hope. So you do the staccatos and slurs and stuff, and then I think about the dynamics. Applies to the melody, soft going up to moderately loud, whatever you think mezzo forte is. The left hand has to be in the background. The accented note is going to be loud. It takes it up a notch. Now in the second line, second measure, you can crescendo again, come back down to soft. Come back down. On the second page, you start out soft. Really, it's the right hand for the most part on this. You can read the dynamics. At the bottom, the second page, the last few measures, you're soft here. Very soft. Just dilate. Don't use the soft pedal. That's cheating now. You got to learn to do this with the hands. We need that control. As you're practicing the scales, hopefully you're also practicing them loud and soft, which means how soft can you play the scales? Practice that, because it'll get softer over time as you get more control over everything.
Yeah.
Now the speed, well, allegro moderato, it's sort of fast, but it has to be accurate. Find the hardest part wherever that is. I don't know. Whatever the hardest part is for you, how fast can you play that accurately? That's your allegro moderato. It'll be different for different people. And it'll speed up over time as you get better at piano too. There's no retardando at the end of this. The little teapot just keeps dancing away until the very end. Okay. As far as the gavotte and all that, you can read that little blurb about what a gavotte is. And the melody that's an American folk tune. And you don't have to go as fast as I was going. You slow it down. I would not call that allegro moderato, but the point is it needs to be accurate. So however you go, that's fine. Let's play this together very slowly and double check the notes and rhythms. I'm not going to do any dynamics. I will do the staccatos and accents, and we will do the repeat. I'm going to go up an octave in the right hand like it says to. So I'll give us 2 counts, ready and go and then we go and. Ready and go and. And 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. rest.